Oh, what a nice evening it is.
Yeah, as you go out of the forest, you have your weapons. Lucina has her hunting equipment. Robin has taken a few of his tools with him, specifically a large hammer, just in case, that he uses for smithing. Walter is ready to go as he always was, and you go out into the warm evening sun and venture through the forests. You're on the lookout for any snakes, but there luckily aren't any. And it's beginning to dawn on you that maybe the snakes are only concentrated around the town. It's beginning to become dark, and you finally enter, or you sneak up on what seems to be a cavern. The cavern is pretty hidden away. Without a guide as Lucina, you would be able to find it. And it's pretty clear, yeah, she has this place scoped out. She was collaborating with Robert, so she knows where it is. And you enter. If you be kind to drop your coin.
My coin?
Your token. And also need one for...
Just so you know, I can't see anything. Oh, there's something there now.
I also need... our friend here, Lucina. And I also need a token for Robin. Okay, this is him for now. I'll find a better token later.
Okay. So, we're in the cave then.
Yes.
Or cavern.
I think I remember you have a ability to... So, when you enter the cavern, you see that it's more than just some damp cavern. It's actually part of some kind of ruins.
Okay. So, let me try to read this.
Yes. Historical knowledge. When you enter a ruin or a dungeon, you can correctly ascertain its original purpose and determine its builders, whether those were dwarves, elves, humans, quantity, or some other race. In addition, you can determine the monetary value of art objects more than a century old. So when you enter this place, you realize that this is not elven. This isn't dwarven. It's 1T. It's pretty old and decrepit, and it looks like it's falling apart, but the fine details of the columns and the walls depicting like those sharp zigzaggy art pieces are in fact of 1T culture. But as I said, it's an awful state. You're right now in a square room with 4 pillars. To your right, you have a staircase going up with a door, and to your left, you have also a door, but it's on the same level.
Well, let's see. As the self-proclaimed leader of this group, I guess I determined that we will go up.
All right, let's go. And as you go up, do you? I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you sneak, or do you just waltz into this place? Are you being cautious?
Oh, right. I sneak into this place.
Just like waltz in, no problem. I own this place. I own every single inch of it.
No, let's be a little bit careful here. Let's sneak.
Okay, in that case, I would like you to roll for stealth. What did you roll? What did you get?
I got a 20.
Yeah, so no problem. You sneak in, and along does your party. You crack the door open, and inside you see a circular room. Inside the circular room, you can see that this is some kind of like a basin. In the middle of it is a big grate going deep underground. It's like a hole with a grate on it. There's some rubble in one of the corners, but you can probably guess by the bath basins, the cute like oils and perfumes, and a table full of toiletry, that this is probably their like bathroom type of situation. Inside of the rounded room, you can also see a what seems to be like a reptilian like a reptilian humanoid. He's turned around and he doesn't see you as you come in, and he is currently just investigating toiletries at a table. Not investigating. I think he's more like just using it in themselves.
What did you say? Fuse it into himself?
Yeah, he's just using perfumes. It's like his like night routine. You can probably guess.
Okay.
Right now, he doesn't pay you mind. Like he doesn't pay you any mind because he doesn't know that you're snooping on him.
All right.
You don't have to go in. You can just leave. That depends on you. What do you want to do?
Well, I probably need to find out what's going on. So, should we try to sneak in?
I mean, it's your call, Amor. I guess these creatures. It's better if we take most of them out if we're gonna save Robert.
Well, let's just try to see what's on the other door before we make that decision.
Okay, so I guess you close the door and you turn around to the other door.
Okay, should I roll again?
I guess you're still sneaking, but I guess you can, yes. The ruins are also kind of cold and damp. It's like a perfect place for a lizard. It's, well, I guess, like cool and damp for snake. I don't know. I'm not into. I don't have a snake. It's hard for me to tell.
Let's see. There seems to be no one in that room.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it that I was supposed to roll again? Stealth.
Exactly. Yes.
I got a 15.
Yeah, with a 15, you don't have any trouble sneaking in. As you enter like what seems to be maybe a storage room. It doesn't seem to be really utilized a lot. What you do see instead is a big eyeball stuck to one of the pillars.
I see a big eyeball in one of these pillars.
It looks at you. It looks intensely at you. It doesn't do anything, but it looks at you.
Robin, can you stand before me?
Okay. And he stands in front of the eye?
Is the eye still looking at me?
No, it looks at Robin.
Okay. Well, let's go close to the eye and see what it do.
Okay, I just had to check what it actually was meant to do, this place. But yes, what you gather from here is the big spider, as you've been successfully sneaking around, it didn't pay you no mind, but since you've spoken to Robin, it turns around to you and begins to pounce. So this goober here, in the corner of the room. So I would like you to roll initiative.
Well, what did you say?
I would like you to roll initiative. Oh, I also forgot to mention. So as you enter this room...
Investigate.
Sorry?
Investigate, you said.
No. I meant not investigate, initiative.
Okay.
Let me see.
13.
13. All right. Okay.
What is happening?
Right now you're entering into combat because the spider noticed you and it wants a bite out of you. It's like a guard dog. So basically, I also need to roll initiative for him. Okay, so that's the spider, and let's say the other two are Lucy and Robin. So it's first the spider, then it's Lucy, then it's you, then it's Robin. So the spider is gonna go up to you. It's just gonna go as it's on the wall. It's just gonna move along the wall. 1, 2. It's gonna move to the stone door, a stone door, run in front of you, and then it's gonna make a web attack. So
okay, sure.
+5.
How's it going, Karol?
Numbers.
Of all
lots of numbers. Does a 12 plus 5, does a 17 hit?
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, what's your AC?
My what?
Your armor class, AC.
Well, let's see, my armor. My armor class is 15.
Yeah, so it beats your AC. So what the spider does, it turns around and it sprays you with web. And it's 1d8
Okay, sure.
plus 3. 1d8 plus 3? No, it's... Yeah, that was his bite. Okay, so you're restrained. Let me see. So what happens is, when you're being sprayed with this web, you're restrained, so you're stuck into place. The web is like falling all over you. You can't move. Your movement is 0. And if the spider were to come close to you, it has advantage for attacks to you. And that was his turn.
Okay, sure.
Next is Lucy. She's gonna waltz up to the spider. Bum bum bum. And she's gonna just take out her sword. Lucina. Short sword.
Actually, why did the spider attack me if it was Lucina's turn?
No, because it's closest to you. For me, the logic was, since you're closest to him, he's gonna attack the first person he sees.
Well, how did we know that I was the... Oh, right, I was the one that poked it, okay.
So it's this plus 5. 13 plus 5, 17, it beats. And it's 3 plus 2 is 5. So the spider takes 5 damage from Lucina.
Okay, there's way too many empty breaks now.
Yeah, there's a lot of NPCs.
Do you know what this is for enemy, Karol?
Wait, say again?
Do you know what enemy this is?
No, I have a lot to figure out. Okay, now it's your turn. So you have a bow and a dagger on you.
Yeah, I guess if I can use my arms, I could use the bow, but you just said that I have 0 movement.
You have 0 movement, but you should still... Yeah, you can still attack. You just have disadvantage.
Well, I shouldn't be able to move, but anyway, let's try to shoot a bow and arrow in that case. What should I roll?
Just click on... Whoops. Yeah, so in your inventory, just click on short bow.
Where did you say that where was?
You have armor class, initiative, speed, and then down, and you have rapier, short bow, and dagger. You click on short bow to attack.
I got an 8.
Okay, so 8 to hit, and it's with a disadvantage. So you pull your arrow, you put it in your bow, you let go, and you still suck, so it just bounces off the wall next to it. And you can't move. So next up is Robin. He runs up to the spider, swinging his hammer. And he... actually, he's going to go around here because he doesn't want to be hit with your bow. And he hits because it's 17 and it's 1d6. 5. Yeah, the spider is beaten up pretty badly. And next up is the spider. He's gonna restrain Robin, so he spews his net on Robin. He misses, so the spider didn't have time to recharge. He turns around to Robin. He wants to spray him with his web, but Robin ducks out of the way. Lucina is gonna go with her sword again. She missed. Now it's your turn, so you can try with your bow again.
Okay, let's try with my bow again. Because it's been one turn, do I have more movement now, or?
You can make a strength. Let me see. As an action, the target can make a DC strength check, busting the webbing on success. So
well, let's just use my short bow.
Yeah, because you can forego your attack, but you're gonna be free. Yeah, you hit it.
I got a 22.
As it's dodging the sword of Lucina, you just shing, and you hit it square, and you can roll for damage. So click on short bow underneath.
7.
7. Yeah, so when you hit your bow, shing, boom, you hit the spider square in the abdomen and you pin it to the wall. It's dead. You made pretty easy work of him.
It sure took a long time to kill a spider, though.
Yeah, with a lot of people, the combat becomes muddy. So yeah, the spider is dead. You're still in the room, and you have a little bit of a puzzle before you. Because as you entered, there's another door inside of here. And this door, as you entered, it closed. It closed directly when the eye started looking at you. And you can gather that as long as this eye is looking at you, this door will not open.
Well, let's just use a sword and kill that eye.
When you go to stab it, it goes like donk, and it's made of glass. You cannot stab it, and it's also affixed to the wall.
Well, okay. Is there something? Okay, let's just take a quick around the room. Is there something more useful?
You look around and it's this unused space. It was probably a kennel. You see a lot of straw, lots of boxes. No, not a single one high enough for them to cover the eye. You see a blanket on one of the hay stacks, actually.
Oh, what's under this blanket?
You grab the blanket and you take it out of the hay. It's a blanket. It's a normal blanket. It's rough to touch.
Well, this was a waste of time. Thanks for those advice before, Voltaire. Let's just go back to the other room.
But I didn't. How is it my fault?
Well, you advised me to go to this room when I checked out the other room.
All right, and you all together leave the kennel, go back to the entrance, and I guess you go back to the lavatory, right?
Yeah, let's just break in. I don't really care for sneaking or anything. Let's just go in.
So you just waltz in, no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
When you re-enter the room, you can see that the lizard man is now sitting in one of the bathtubs taking a bath.
What bathtub?
These two are bathtubs.
Are they bathtubs?
Yeah, it's just it's a laboratory. It's like these are perfumes, creams. This is a bathtub.
Okay.
So this man is just taking this 1T is just taking a nice relaxing bath when you kick in the door and you storm in with two of your friends and a dragon.
Hello, lizard. Who are you?
He hisses because he didn't, and he tries to go like deep under the bubbles because he's like, yeah, this is invasion of privacy. His spear is on the ground next to the bucket, so he can't really. He can reach it for it, but he's not. He like if you give him time, he'll probably reach for it. But now he's just in shock. Like
Hello, can you tell me your name, lizard man? Helps me! There's strangers
Close the door.
In the bathroom. Close the door.
Robin closes the door. Click. The lizard is now scared in the bathtub under the bubbles, and he is pretty rattled for what you're doing.
Excuse me, I don't mean to distress in your privacy bathtub, but the situation is dire. People are dying, and can you tell me your name? I asked you this question 4 times.
My name is Ishtar. Isa, for short, you can call me Isa. But, I mean, get out! You're not supposed to be here.
Where am I supposed to be then?
Outside! This is... Look, I'm not getting out of this in one piece, am I?
Well, not until you're given us the information that we are searching for.
We can smash his skull until he gives us the answers. And
well, that is certainly one idea. But let's just try to ask him first before we do that.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to ask him what you want to ask, and also roll persuasion.
Do you know where Robert is?
And roll persuasion. Because normally it'd be a pretty tough call, but now he is out of his you came to him and he was taking a relaxing bath. This man is not prepared for interrogation, so just roll normally.
What did you say?
No. Persuasion.
I got an 8.
No, that's perception. That's how you look at him.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
you look good.
Voltan is kind of like I guess you're looking for his ears, if he has any, but he's a snake, so he doesn't he's a snake man, so he doesn't really have ears to look at. Nice. You got natural 20.
I got a 19.
Yeah, but it's because you have -1 charisma, but you got nat 20, so it's like the best result. So what do you want to ask him? Do you know where Robert is, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's ask that.
He goes down into the bathtub, so you can only see his eyes or mouth, and he says, "What? The priests? The clergyman? He's off with Ismael. He's been sneaking in just like you, and he's been trying to blame us for something we didn't do. He's been so desperate for our help, so we tied him up, and we're trying to figure out what to do."
You have tied him up?
Yes, he was an intruder. What? Do you expect us to just let anybody in here and with no repercussions?
Well, I guess it's good that you have tied him up.
But I don't know for how long, since my brothers are not so keen on keeping him alive for much longer.
Well, where is he?
He's in the sanctum. Because this is not a dungeon, it's just that it's a big place. It's like our homestead. It's in the deepest part of the whole ruin.
Have you the keys for this whole place?
I don't. What are the keys?
Can you open the doors in this place?
What? I mean, of course
Doors.
I live here. Sure.
Can you open closed doors?
Yes, I can.
Well, good. We're taking you with us. Remove his weapon and take him with us to the next room.
What? And Lucina kicks away his spear and drags him out of the bathtub. Robin has enough decency to give him a towel. So he has a towel. So he has a little towel, like hand towel around his parts. And
I don't really remember your name, but you're joining our party now.
Do I have anything to say in this? You are breaking and entering into my homes.
Well, look at us. An elf, a lizard creature, an orc, a human, a dragon. This makes for the perfect party.
Isa looks worried. Like you're home invaders to him, but you've been persuasive enough, and he's been appreciated that you haven't tried to kill him yet. So you drag the poor man back to the kennel with the magic eye. I'm just gonna move you. He is just like wet footsteps leave footprints along the ruins, and what? You mean this? This is our home security system. It's how the unlikables are not gonna get in.
Yeah, but you said you can open it, right?
Of course, it's easy. And he takes a blanket and he puts it over the eye.
I feel so stupid right now.
See? Like, it's not... Like, you'd be surprised how effective this is against intruders. Don't worry, you're not the first one. There have been many an idiot trying to come in.
My god. Well, at least we have a new party member. Let's go in.
Yeah, so the door slides open, and you're welcome to what looks like a storage and kitchen area of the ruins. Let me just reveal it to you.
That would be nice. Hey, look, it's a kitchen.
Wait, and before you enter, you see another lizard man.
Oh.
He is currently also turned away from you. He is what seems to be he's fiddling with some ingredients, probably making dinner. He's busy chopping away at the cutting place. Normally, this would be the place where you decided to either fight or sneak, but I feel like with Isa in your party, you don't really have to do that anymore.
Hello, other lizard men. Or woman, maybe.
Just the whole gang steps in.
Is it a man or woman?
Lizards are pretty difficult to pick gender. Like, you can't really... The male and female lizard men in this case look pretty similar, so it's not like you can gather. It's either a man, or them.
Yeah, but I asked Isa.
So Isa, I mean, as he enters, how hard have you restrained him?
Pretty hard.
I would like you to make... Who's holding him? Who's holding him restrained? Is it Lucy or you? Or
Lucy.
Robin?
Lucy.
God damn it. Okay, because he, as long as he meets the other person, and the other lizard, he's just gonna make a run for it. He's gonna try to, like, set himself free.
Well, don't worry. I just want to talk. I don't want to hurt any lizard people. I just want to talk.
19. Yeah. So Lucy holds him pretty tight. He tries to, he tries to, like, leave, like, let go, like slip away from Lucy, but he can't. So she holds him tighter and squeezes his hand. Don't you, like, this is not time for playing dumb games, lizard. And as you enter, you see that the other lizard is turning towards you and like, oh, Isa, are you done with your bath? Whoa! This lizard is a little bit bigger than the other one. They have a there's a little to distinguish them, but they do have like a golden necklace. It's a little bit intricate, but it's what distinguishes them. And they hold the chopping knife in their hand as they look at you. What the hell is this going on in here?
Well, I'm just here to talk. I would have tried to avoid battle because I don't really want to fight. I just want some information.
What's your mean information? This is straight up home invasion.
Well,
explain yourself, human. How dare you enter on sanctum?
I'm not a human. I'm an elf. Do you see the ears?
As if that's a make a difference.
Well, there's some trouble in the town. You might have heard. You have probably heard about the trouble in town. I mean, you're a lizard, there's lizard attacking, yada yada yada.
Ah, so that means we are the ones responsible for your own problems. Is that correct?
Oh, are you the ones that are sending the snakes?
Of course we're not.
Well, anyway, we have heard that Robert is here, and we're thinking that he is behind all this, and we want to know the reason why, and maybe stop the snake from attacking the humans. Where is he?
As you're talking, as you're saying, where is he? You can hear a pain, like a muffled pain scream because this is a kitchen, but there's also a stairs going down at the end of it. It's a pretty big room, but in one of the corners there's stairs going down, and from there you can hear muffled screams from what you remember is the voice of the pastor.
Oh, he's probably there then.
Of course he is. He tried to dupe us into helping you.
Okay, so let's just make a deal here. Let us just take Robert off your hand, and we will punish him for you, and we just leave, and Isa will not get hurt.
And you see, and they notice that Isa is actually like restrained. He's not just happily leading in people into here. Roll either intimidation or persuasion, please.
What did you say? Either.
Do you want to intimidate them, scare them, or do you want to persuade them again?
I guess I will I don't want to scare them because I'm a friendly type, so I guess I'm
persuading.
Let's see. Persuasion.
As you say all that.
Well, as I said, I
rolled
rolled a 12.
That in normal situations, she would even try to bargain with you. They would just go for stab of spear. But it seems like their friend is a little bit more worth than spilling their blood. So they still hold on to the knife. They do let you pass. They gesture towards the stairs down, heading down towards where you heard the screams of the pastor. Please don't make me regret my decision, and let my friend go once you're done. Okay.
Sure.
So, Lucina is still holding Isa
Let's
hostage.
go then.
I mean, he's still in his in his towel and dripping wet, but it's not like he's still hostage. So
Have a good grip on him, Lucy.
I'll make sure. And you enter the last room of the ruins. As you enter, you see this is like a grander hall. And just get everyone here. It's this is like what the remains, or like a grander hall. There are sleeping bags in one of the corners of the room, 4 to be exact. There's a chest with presumably valuables and a big family, like a reading nook, lounge area, and a big table fitting for presumably all of the inhabitants of this place. At the top, even though this is the deepest part, there's also a little bit of moonlight shining in through the cracks. And as you enter, you see before you a one tea of bigger variety. He has blue deep scales and what seems to be body armor, and right behind him is beaten and battered up pastor of Rothes River, and Mr. Robert himself.
Robert, there you are. You won't believe what the hell I've been through to find you.
Amor, please help me attack these beasts.
Well, that kind of depends on a little bit what happens here, because I'm not really sure you are the good guy in this situation.
What do you mean? I'm paying you, aren't I? You should go and slay 4 of these foul demons infesting our town.
Are you paying me? Oh yeah, maybe.
I am. I've been the one to.
Well, money is one thing. Having a good heart is another.
Wotan chuckles as you say that. There's a little smoke coming out of his nose.
And since you have, you haven't paid me yet, right? I haven't gotten the money.
Of course. How dare you? Our whole town is on the line, and you ask me for monetary, for payment? At this point, I should have known.
I'm not asking you for payment. I say that you can keep your money. You should probably be more worried about your life at this stage than the money that you're owing me, but anyway.
Wait, so you're not here to save me?
Let's see how that goes. Before we make any drastic choices here, there's some questions that needs to be answered. We have been in your room. We have seen your magazines.
You see that as you said that he might not be helped, he slumps. But when you mention his magazines, before people he knows, basically Robin and Lucy, he involuntarily blushes a little bit. I don't see any point how that would prove me to be guilty of anything. I'm a man of God, but I'm also a man.
Well, I have a bag full of evidence against you.
Evidence? What evidence? Evidence of what? Ever since you and Sugar came to this town, look at the mess you have caused.
Well, my evidence kind of proves that it's more you that have caused that mess, but...
Yeah, and I wouldn't be so sure to flap your mouth so much with how much things you've been doing, mister. Because Lucy, as you said that you weren't here to rescue him, she was kind of apprehensive about the whole situation. But now you mention, because do you bring out the evidence?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, I'm just gonna move everyone. So as you bring out his diary and books and notes, you begin to describe the master plan of Mr. Robert here about how he wanted to eliminate the Yuan Ti living in nearby, blaming the misfortunes of the town on them, and also make you a scapegoat if anything were to go wrong. Robert is he declaims everything. He says that this is fabricated, and if it were to come to the decision with the town, he's sure that the villagers would side with him and not some stranger coming from a few days ago.
Well, anyway, Robert, the important thing is, do you know a way that so the snakes won't attack our village?
Do you think I'd let myself get captured by these slimy creatures if I didn't know how to fix this? If I knew how to fix this? I don't.
Well, do you know how to fix it?
I don't, and these lizards want to share the details.
Well, if you...
And at this point...
Wait a minute. I thought you lizard people said that you didn't have anything to do with the attacks.
And the big lizard, who seems to be the chief around here, he says, of course we didn't. But that doesn't mean that the humans shouldn't pay for their own mistakes.
What mistakes? What did he do? I still don't know.
He stole our techniques. We used our magics to create guardian spirits in the shape of such what you call snakes. And these served us for a good purpose, to be alone and to be left to on their own devices. But this man here, and he grabs Robert by the scruff of his shirt. He's still tied to the chair, so he just lifts him up with the whole chair, and he shakes him. This man right here has been sneaking around, spying on our rituals. So why should we help to clean this little sod from his responsibility?
Well, I don't have any really good answer to that. So well, maybe we can just kill him, and then we can come to an agreement.
And Robin steps in and says, no killing. If Father Robert is really guilty of his crimes, then we need him alive. If he is to be dead, then there's no one to take the blame for all of this.
Well,
we cannot.
Why?
Look, I'm saying, if we kill him, we cannot defend ourselves with not killing him. You catch my drift?
Apparently, we need him alive for some reason. Humans. So we have your companion Isa here. He is our prisoner currently. So let's make a trade.
What kind of trade did you... What? And he looks at Isa. The big lizard man looks at Isa and says, "You fool! How did you get yourself captured?" And Isa says, They barged into my bath. I couldn't have predicted it, So, fine. So be it. I mean, at least I'm still keen on killing this man. So what do you have to offer?
Well, we're going to Well, let's see here. What do I have to offer? Let's say it like this. We're going to take this man from you, this problem that he is. We're going to take him to the village. We're going to fix what happens, and we're going to make sure that he never becomes a problem for you again.
Can you promise us that the villagers will stop blaming their misfortune on us?
I can promise you that we will make peace among you.
And as you are talking about all of this, you see, can you roll perception? Because Lucy has been acting real, either perception or insight.
I got a 1.
Okay, you don't see anything. Okay, so Vortan goes into. Then shall we make the trade? Shall we make the trade? Like,
well, not in here, of course. We're going to do it in the woods.
Roll persuasion, please, because you have a good idea. You offer them to be blameless for everything, but I would like you to make a persuasion check for this whole, like, if you're gonna sell this whole deal to the 1T.
I rolled 15.
Okay, so the big 1T drops Robert back to the chair, to the ground. Chair breaks and he lands on his side. He yelps, but he's being let go. And Naga and the leader Naga says, 1T says, "We didn't want any of this to be vilified. We just wanted to live in peace. So if this man is to be detained, there's a chance we can guarantee that. Is that correct?"
Yes.
Then so be it. I don't want my kin to the blood of my kin to be spilled on a miserable weasel. And he spits on Robert like this. Puh. And Robert says, "You idiots! You really think that these egg monsters will leave you here alive? Lucina, you know you're also a culprit in all of this, right? You know that if I go to the slammer, you'll go to the slammer as well. You're complicit." And Lucina is contemplating about what was just now said, since she did supply Robert with the with plans for the ritual and for where they are.
Don't worry, Lucy. I will make sure that you're okay too.
And how can I can't take this assurance? Amor. If I'm as culpable for this whole debacle as this weasel over there is.
Well, if we think about what have you really done that is so wrong? You have provided him with things that you didn't know how it would be used. To me, that isn't a crime. That's just what hunters do. So you have just done your job, and that is how we can argue about this. You have just done what you're supposed to do. You haven't done anything wrong.
And Robin turns to you and says, "I think we can make this case work. Lucy, if we present it like that, I feel like in the villagers in our hearts we can look past this, and you'll be at least not as culpable as Father Robert."
Yeah. And you will probably impress Robin too.
I don't need to impress him. I'm already impressed enough.
Well, have you seen his ears?
What is with you about the ears?
Come on.
But you can see. So so Lucy lets the grip, because she was holding her sword to the hostage. She felt like she was in the corner, but she loosens up a little bit, and it feels like you all have a plan. There is one thing, however, one last thing before you you go outside into the forest night, and you exchange hostages.
I saw you sure that you don't want to join our party?
I feels like I have enough party for one day. Honestly, I'm still kind of shook you took me hostage like that. He says that he's massaging his hands outside of the ruins in cold evening.
Well, drastic times need drastic measures, but I still hope we can remain friends.
I wouldn't count on it. But there is
come
one.
on, think about it. A party with you, an elf, a human, an orc, a dragon, a lizard. Think about it. The possibilities. Think about the great adventures.
I feel like there's a lot of voices going on at the moment, and the DM will have a hard time facilitating conversations between all of the party members. Just a hunch.
Well, anyway, we can talk about this more later. I guess we gotta get this prick Robert.
So the snakes have. So, what came up all out of this? There is one detail that we forgot to mention. Basically, Robert, as you've been as you retaken him prisoner and you're leading him. As you're leading him, oh God! Before you leave, Issa. Actually, no. The big one. Before you go, the big quantity leader, and he introduced himself as Sully. So it's Issa, Ishmael, and Sully. Sully gave you a. Before you leave, he stops you, Amor. And their other have already started to head towards Rothes River. You still have no idea how to stop the plague, but as Sully gives you the gem, he mentions that Amor. The reason for why the snakes have been so vicious is probably because of this. And he hands you in his hand a piece of blue gem. It seems that this piece has been cracked. It's like a part of a nicely cut stone. And once you get it in your hand, you feel like that it's cold. It's insanely cold to the touch. It's like holding ice, but you're not getting ice burn from holding it. I believe that Father was using this gem to power his spells, and that's why it got out of control.
Oh, great. I guess we can use this then.
I have a theory for why the snakes are insistent on attacking the village.
Yeah?
I can't prove it, but if there is other part of this gem somewhere in the city, it's quite possible that the snakes are after consuming whatever energy is left in the other part.
That's certainly interesting.
But but that is pretty much what I can share with you.
Okay. Robert.
What?
I'm going to shoot you with a bow and arrow unless you tell me where the other part is of this gem.
He looks at the gem and he smiles. I don't have to tell you squat. I can just keep my mouth shut.
you want a bow in your head?
Can you roll intimidation?
13.
13. Okay. So, I don't think he believes you. He smiles as he looked up in your face and says, I'm already dead. Once I get back to town, I'll be lynched.
Well, you can't say I didn't warn you. I shoot him with the bow and arrow.
Before you do, Voltan says, maybe try something with his goddess. Maybe you can sway his opinion that way.
With his goddess?
Yeah, I mean, he's a priest, right? He did all of this, and because his prejudice is formed by his goddess, right?
One thing that I have been wondering with this gemstone, do you think that this part of the gemstone is attracted to the other part? Like if we move closer, like it will take us to the other part, like it wants to be reconnected.
I think you should roll Arcana for this, actually, says Voltar. Roll Arcana.
What should I roll?
Arcana. Because I think you might be on the right track. This is a theory, but it might just well work. Yeah. What did you get?
19.
So, even holding this gem, it's incredibly cold, but you can feel a slight pull in the direction of the town as you're holding this gem in your hand. It's definitely attracted to the other part of the gem.
Well, let's just follow and let's see where this leads us then.
Yeah. So with
can someone shut Robert's mouth up so he doesn't say anything inappropriate?
So gladly, and Lucina is already gagging him with a piece of cloth, and Robert is like. With a quick pace, you venture through the forest with the backdrop of a starry sky. It seems quiet, and a lot of it's a quiet reprieve after everything that happened today. Nevertheless, you are afraid of the horrors that await you once you get to town. And you have a pretty solid idea that if you manage to get the gents together or destroy them, maybe them being split is what caused this interference in ethereal magic. Maybe it will stop. So you hurry back to Rothes River in quick pace. So here you await your last challenge that I've prepared for you. Can you drop your token?
Can I what?
Can you drop your token on the map? Okay, nice. I also need to get the tokens for everyone else. For everyone else, yeah. When you stumble upon the village, you're quite a far bit away from the barricades, and as you approach, you hear the sounds of snakes. There's snakes everywhere. There's hordes of them. The bigger snakes and smaller snakes have begun forming big old snakes. So they're just massive types of creatures. They're slithering away through the barricades, over, under. They're being stopped. But the villagers are keeping at bay, trying to slay and stop the onslaught from entering the town center. With your gem in hand, you can probably guess that it's steering you into the direction of the center. And what I ask of you is that you make me a series of skill checks. I want you, either you can form a plan, how do you gonna get into the center of the city with your pals that they can help you, for all the barricades and all the monsters, or I think either a plan, or I can also suggest you just like parkouring all over the barricades to where the gem leads you.
Well, we don't really want to attract the attention of snakes, so I guess we have to sneak into the middle.
Exactly. And for our listeners, the map it's barricaded. The whole town is barricaded, so it's the easiest way would be preferable.
What should I roll?
What is your plan?
To sneak into, to follow the gemstone and sneak into. You said that the gemstone is taking me to the middle of the village, so I guess I'm going there.
Yeah.
Sneak into the middle of the village.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you to, let's say, so you can you roll perception for me? 6. So you don't really see much of the town. You can't really calculate a neat way to avoid a lot of the dangers. You kind of feel like you're gonna have like a gut feeling of where you need to go. You need to follow the gemstone. That's all you know. Yes. So let's say a lot of the snakes are on the outside. Do you want to distract them in any way? Do you just jump over? Will somebody like throw you? Do you go on a hill and try to go around? Do you go through the river?
Let's see. Snakes can swim. I know that. Let's. I want to have my full party with me. What should we do? Let's sneak in.
You can also
actually let's try the swimming route.
The current is before you go to the river. Before you go to the river, Lucina is gonna say that to you, Amor. You have to kind of watch out a little bit because the current is really strong, and also if we enter, we're going against the current. This might be difficult. Are you sure you're up to the task?
No, in that case, no.
And Voltan pipes up
let's see.
And says, you know what? I flew a little bit around the whole place, and I think if you sneak to one of the buildings, you can probably safely stay on the rooftops. And from the rooftops, you can try to get from the rooftop to rooftop.
Well, let's do that then.
Okay, so I'm gonna please roll stealth, and I'm gonna also roll stealth for everyone else.
Where did you leave that ladder you had before, Robin?
And he thinks, I left the ladder. I think I left the ladder at my blacksmithery.
Oh, that's unfortunate. What did you want me to roll?
I want you to roll stealth and also decide who is gonna stay back with Robert, because I don't think you're gonna sneak with him.
Why not? I got a 13.
You decide to sneak around with him.
Well, I would want my full party, would I not?
Yeah, but he's kind of like your prisoner, more like. He's your hostage.
Robin?
No.
No, Robin
Robert
is my friend. He went with me by his own choice. If he wanted to stay, he could. He's here because he wants to.
Yeah, sure. Let's say that. So you kick him up. You kick his butt a little bit, so he gets quiet. And you all let me also roll for all of the other party. It's 5 people with. Okay. So I think it's 20, 19, 16, 7, and 2. So I feel like most of your companions managed to sneak around. It's gonna be all right. So you sneak to one of the first buildings, and you, with some help of Lucina, you all get up to the roof. From there, you have a better vantage point, and with your crystal in hand, you can pinpoint that it's leading you towards the little water reserve in the middle of the town.
Oh, okay. Let's sneak there then.
Yeah, you feel a slightly bigger pull. When you look down, you see a big old snake with lots of decaying or old bits of what seems to be humanoids. It hasn't spotted you yet. It's probably responds more to sound than vision.
Well, okay. Let's just wait until he goes away then.
He is currently just staying still. He is.
Well, two can play that game.
Keep in mind, other snakes are going to getting into other buildings and like killing people. Sounds of.
Well.
But the big snake.
Well,
is moving slowly.
Voltar, when I think about it, you can fly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go over to that building, make some noise, distract him.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like a great plan. And as you say it, Voltan struts off the rooftop and flies up. And as he flies, he's gonna land which rooftop? Far away, right?
Let's say. Let's say the one that's on the bottom of the map.
All right. So as you point to the direction where Voltan should make noise, he flies up, and he begins to breathe fire and make as much ruckus as he can. He just roars and breathes fire or slams into pots and everything. Let me see how he does it. He's gonna make roll performance in that case. He's very charismatic too. Performance is charisma, so +4.
Let's see. I rolled a 2.
No. But I'm gonna roll for Voltan.
Oh, okay. That's good then.
7 + 4, 11. Okay. It doesn't really work. Like it. Well, it sounds. So I guess okay. Let's say it definitely looked that way where he was making ruckus. A lot of the other snakes have turned their attention to Voltan, but it's not like he got its full attention. It's looking in the direction, but it's not moving towards the direction of him.
Okay, let's just go quietly behind him then while he's looking at that direction.
Okay, stealth roll, please.
I got a 10.
Let me see, and let me roll for Robert, Robin, and Lucina.
Or it is. I am supposed to look at the one I have looked at the left, right?
What do you mean? Yeah, at the left one. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I roll a 10.
Okay, so I feel like they balance each other out. So as you sneak past, Robert trips and he almost face plants to the ground in front of the snake, but Lucina manages to keep him she manages to grab him by his clothes and keep him from face planting in front of him. Robin also sneaks quite well, and I feel like you're past actually. So the big snake instead begins to follow Voltan, and you hop off the roof. Why is he here? That's actually. And as you enter the little water,
Jahzzar, you decided to follow.
he is actually. You feel that someone is watching you, and as you do, you see that there is a lizard man hiding on the trees, a little bit away from you. He wanted to see how you guys do.
Hello.
He waves to you, but he's not coming closer. Okay.
Well, let's get the gem then.
Yeah. So you have a very strong pull towards the water situation that's happening in the middle of the city. It's like a little pond, decorated with flowers. There's a nice tree, and you feel like you're gonna need to do a dive into the pool.
Okay, let's do a dive then.
Okay, I would like you make the athletics. What did you get?
I got a 15.
All right. So, without thinking much about it, you sling your bow over your shoulder and you beautifully dive into the pond, not seeing if it's shallow or not. But you don't hit the shallow ground. You dive deep, and with the gem being closer and closer to what seems to be its counterpart, it's almost like it's pulling you in underwater. And you're going pretty deep down, actually. It doesn't seem like, but there was like a big, almost like well-length hole at the bottom. And as you're going further and further down, with your gem in front of you, you hear a click, like two pieces of magnet just going to each other. And as they click...
No, I don't want them to click yet.
You don't want them to click? Okay.
No, not yet.
Then I would like you to make a strength check, if you can keep them apart.
Where is... Oh, their strength.
Strength, yeah. But did you made a save?
I got a
saving
5.
throw. No.
I got a 5.
I need you to make a strength check, not a saving throw. So on your left, you hear a voice in your mind from Volten and saying, you will need to check on the left side of the paper, and there you will find a strength modifier, and you just click on strength.
Did that work? I got a 15. No, wait, that's the...
So what did you get?
I got a 10.
Okay, so with a 10, let's say that you I'll give you that. I'll say it's pulling you down. It's enough. There's enough attraction between the gems for you to for them to just drag you underwater. Let's say that you put your hand between the gems. You have your fingers around it. So I'm gonna make you a deal. You can separate them, but you will take a 1d4 of damage.
Okay.
Just you crushing your fingers between the gems. And that's 1. So you take 1 point of damage.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, your fingers are getting crushed, but you are able to separate them. You begin to swim up for what seems to be a little too long for such a small pool. And as you gasp for air outside of the water, what do?
Well, I'm going into the middle of the village. I'm taking my companions to swim over this little lake, so we can go in the middle of the town.
Yeah, I think they just step around. No, they have to get at least knee-deep water to cross it, but they do cross the pond.
Yeah. And now I'm thinking of holding maybe a little speech for the people.
Do keep in mind, it's in the middle of the night. There's a snake invasion going on. There's like a big old 3-story big snake that you just evaded, and there's probably a second one around the church area. And you want to make a speech?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. What's your speech?
People in this village, I got some news. Robert, that I have captured here, your dear priest that you have known for 5 years, which isn't that terribly long if we're being quite honest, has revealed to me that the cause of your pain with all these snakes is his doing, and I have a lot of evidence here to prove that. You can take a look at my bag at some of some of his books and things like that. And to prove even more that I am correct, I have gathered 2 gemstones here, which these snakes are after. And when I put these together right now, I'm going to give them to the snakes. I'm going to give this gemstone to the snakes, and they are going to go back into the cave without harming you anymore. And when I'm doing this, it will also prove that I am correct, because Robert here has taken this gemstone for himself and have caused you all this pain. You probably didn't need this gemstone with all the evidence, but I thought that this would be an even bigger point to make sure that you realize that Robert here, not a good guy. Let's get this straight. Not a good guy. Don't listen to a word he says, because it's just twisted. I mean, he is a priest after all. That's kind of why I have tied his mouth together. And now I'm going to put these 2 gemstones together, and they will become one.
And as you do, you hold up the gems. They're separated by your hand. It's still squeezing, but you manage to slip out your hand. And as you do, the gems clink, and just like a wave of energy, in a circle, in a sphere, just leaves the gems. You don't feel any of them entering you. It feels more like a cold shower enveloping your body. Robert is on his knees on the ground because he wasn't able, he's still tied up. It's difficult for him to move. Your companions are standing around. A lot of people have stopped with what they're doing, or at least paying attention to you as you say it. And this wave is just enlarging, and then it envelops all the town. And as the snakes are enveloped by this cold shower feeling, they begin to dissipate. A lot of the bits are turning into dust. Bones are starting to fall off. The big snakes are turning into little snakes, and then they just also fall apart. So what is left is just big piles of dead bones everywhere. But after it clicks, it becomes quiet. Quiet like a normal evening. And it seems like the invasion, or whatever was bringing the snakes here, has stopped. And you kind of saved the day. Is it alright if I fast forward a little bit about what happens next?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, what happens next is, after you successfully put the gems together, you and your companions explain that it was, just like your call-out post said, it was Robert that kind of planned, or had a plan, and it went Avery, and he wanted to blame you and the 1T living nearby for every single little thing that happened. A lot of the people were unconvinced as you started to tell, but with your thorough investigation, and with the help of Lucina, because she wanted to atone for what she did, at least her involvement, you managed to pinpoint the crime on Robert. Plus, it also didn't help that the church had a massive, a magic circle in the middle that was probably not very religious. The Nagas are then left alone, and Robert is in custody at the tavern in the cellar until at least some actual officials arrive to take him to a proper jail for what he did. You are rewarded with gold and praise from everyone involved. Lucina is currently taking the church as being a little bit of a leader around the town. Robin is helping with the reparations. The 1T are still feared, but because they know that at least they have an acquaintance or a new friend in Robin and Lucina, they can start to mend that relationship a little bit. And you and your dragon are getting paid a lot, and you're also, since roll Arcana for me. What did you get?
22.
Yeah. So you can probably it doesn't all happen at once. It doesn't take a day for everything in town to calm down. There's still damage, there's still buildings, there's still hurt people, but the damages are at least less for what they would be if you haven't stepped in. And as you spend at least a week in Rothes River, you begin to understand that you begin to understand a little bit about how this gem works. And it kind of clicks for you that this gem was hidden in the statue in the church. And because it was separate, it kind of works like a battery. And the energy flows continually through the gem. But because it was broken in a hurry, because Robert wanted to have an energy reserve for him, it kind of left this. It kind of made the magic that it was powering go avery. The gem is, now that it's together, this gem is one of the gems that you've been looking for. It's weird how it got into this little town in the middle of nowhere, but it definitely is one of the gems. It's a power bank. It can store magic reserve for really big spells. But the bigger the spell, or bad intent behind it, the bigger the chance for it to go wild. And this is exactly what happened. So yeah, you didn't expect it.
So it all leads back to my quest.
Exactly. So you did, in fact, find...
I have found one of the power gemstones.
Exactly. It's still weird. How did this gem happen to be here? Because you did learn that Robert got it as a present from a friend. But at least you have one of them. And it was, well, not as easy as you would like to say, but you got it now.
Well, I guess the next stage would be to find that friend.
Exactly. But that's it for today, dear listeners. And
I guess I'm going to say goodbye to the village. Goodbye, Lucy. You were a good friend, and I hope you will lead this town to a better place than what was before. Robin, you have fantastic ears. You're a great blacksmith. You should probably ask Lucy out on a date sometime. Good luck. And Isa, I'm still presuming you're in that tree. I hope we still can be friends one day.
Isa has been coming a little bit to the town when you were in it, so you had a moment to talk a little bit about it. So he doesn't have hard feelings for you kidnapping him.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was heat of the moment. I totally understand. It happens. Yeah. So good luck, Amor. Whatever you.
So with that, Voltar and Amor will leave this village for new adventure, new searches, new mysteries, new people.
The end. For now.
Okay. Before we kind of go into the ending part of this episode, Karol, I just want to know, did this go somewhat as you had planned, or?
There were some parts that kind of went weird.
Like what?
Okay, so first change, as I said, I was hoping you'd go, because in the church, if you look at the map, there's an open window at the top of the tower.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So my idea was, I had a ladder prepared, so you would go there and you would have to, either Voltan would fly up and scout it for you, and then you'd climb. But, I guess a window works too. And then, the one tea camp, I didn't expect you to befriend all of them. I also didn't expect you to not get the blanket.
Yeah, that was probably stupid of me. But it led to a great opportunity. Like, I'm kind of glad that I didn't realize that, because I felt like taking him from his bat and using him as an hostage was more fun.
Plus, it's also actually better, because if we had to fight every single one of 1T in this dungeon, that would take too long. I feel like D&D is really fun, but when it comes to actual fights, it can drag on, and there's better games if you just want to roleplay.
Well, so that's one thing that I'm wondering. Were you thinking that I would fight all the 3 of them?
Yes, I was prepared for it.
Instead, I fought no one.
You fought a spider.
Yeah, I fought a spider. I guess I fought with words, but...
No. I mean, you made some good arguments. I liked it because you kinda you solved the problems just with talking.
As you should in this world.
But yes, I hope you had fun, and I hope you listeners had fun listening as well. Who knows? Maybe we'll return, but if I have an idea, maybe I'll ask Fredrik about it. But it's a maybe. In 6 months.
I will admit I had more fun this session than I did in the last episode.
Yeah, I feel that too. Like I kind of maybe didn't want to, like, I knew that we had places to get going, so I didn't want to like leave it up to you, if you get what I'm saying. Also, I liked how you responded to my puzzles, because I was worried you'd hate them.
Yeah, the only thing that I was worried about with the puzzle was how long time they would take, but they were fun.
Yeah, I actually have a second one prepared just in case, but yeah, you're not gonna see that.
Oh, well, was there some part I missed on the quest?
So, I mean, I had a second puzzle for you to do.
Where was that supposed to take place?
So originally I had a counter for how much you're gonna fortify the town and if it's gonna survive at the end of the adventure. And I thought, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna help the town, how much are you gonna help? But then I thought, well, that's already a lot. But I feel like our listeners, you've been on an adventure, so I want to bid you farewell. And yeah, rate, like, talk about it, share it, and we hope that you will see us in the next episode. And have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and also thanks to Jahzzar for the song Comedie.
Exactly, and also thanks for intro and outro for the bubble. I think it was garden number 4.
Oh, okay. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Goodbye.